we have it up. Welcome everyone. My name is Lord Explicit. I'm the AMA host there at Groz's Lounge, and today we have JDB. Like I mentioned before the recording, JDB is no stranger to the lounge. We had them here last week for the open mic, and today they're here to share more details about the project. We're gonna be pushing this as much as we can, depending on what we hear tonight. Um, Most especially, I must also add that this AMA is not financial advice. You're also enabled and urged to do your own due diligence research on your own. But this is just to get you a background, get you a feel about what the project is. So yeah, we have Coco Loco and Phil. Um, they're going to be giving us a presentation here and representing JDB. So if you want to take it away, Coco, let's hear you, let's meet you, let's know what you're about.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm Coco Loca. I'm from JDB since the very beginning, when we were initially G Detect the bot. Beckner had this idea a long time ago because he was sick of whole diamond hand things to the end, and it started off as just like a funny meme coin where we would make fun of like it would pretty much make fun of people for selling in the chat, and it caught a lot of traction by that. But after about 2 weeks or so of that, oh, sorry, I opened my mic. Yeah, after about 2 weeks or so of that, we started realizing we wanted to get more serious, figure out more things to do with the data. And that's when we came up with the idea of starting a rebrand. So then we went to JD Bot, and then we went to Just Data from Blockchain. As you can see, I mean, our chart kind of says our story too, because here along the way, our main developer, there are two main developers, actually three at this moment in time. We just brought in a new one as well. But Cheers and Kangaroo. But Cheers won a biggest buy contest at this point in time in the project, and Beckna paid he was third place, and Beckna paid the winner in first place above him. And Cheers did the research and realized that those guys sold within 24 hours on that buy contest. So he asked Vecna, like, I should have won this. And Vecna was like, you're right. And he paid the wrong person the first time. So he just paid Cheers as well. And that was the start of this whole new relationship. And, by this time they were building the first version of the DApp. And then we started releasing it, which is what you see there. And then the new iterations of it, I believe somewhere around this time is when we completely rebranded to JDB, Just Data from Blockchain. Phil, who you're going to hear soon, came along, I believe, somewhere along this time frame as well. And now we're where we are today. But yeah, I mean, I've been in crypto since like 2022 about. But so I'm still fairly new to this. But I mean, the way that we do things is that we're just honest with people, and we're open to feedback always, no matter where we are. We're always open to feedback and learning, because that community is our best asset always. And they've given us the best ideas for this, for our DApp.
I'm excited about the DApp app. Okay, go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Phil. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I really didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to introduce myself as well and give a little background on my person. So my name is Phil. I'm 29. I'm located in Austria, in Europe. I'm part of the crypto community, let's say, since like 2017. But I really fell into the rabbit hole in 2020. I fell in love with the space. I went full time, and like initially, I met the team when they currently were going through that rebranding from the meme coin to a more serious approach, a young, ambitious tech startup. At first, I was like, "What's that project? Like, you want to do something with data?" And I was really not educated on it, and I really didn't see the vision. But after hearing the founder talk and also the developers, I knew that I had to join them on their journey, and together we built something incredible. Like, you will see what Coco shows you in the D app, and the product is just getting better.
Hey, was it just me or Phil cut out a bit? Yeah.
I think Phil cut out.
Oh. Phil, if you want to fix your mic, I don't know, so we can get you to
I think it was
continue
his
conversation.
connection. Uh,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
Phil, I think you're back
Maybe.
now. I think I saw him move.
Yes, sorry guys, I'm stuck in traffic, but I should be home within a few minutes. So I hope the connection is good enough that you can understand me. Um,
Yes,
but
yes,
yeah,
we can.
I'm nearly home.
No problems, no worries. So if you want to delve into, I'm eager to hear it. I think what we should talk about first is the DApp, and then we can talk about the token later. Since we've gotten a bit of a background as to how you guys started and all of the details about it. I know it's not just both of you. I know there's a team behind it. You want to talk about the team as well, that you can get us into the DApp and all of the amazing things that it offers. We have you on your screen shared already. We can also follow through there.
Okay, so would you want me to go through the demo first, or would you want me to tell you? I mean, because the main developers behind this, well, Beckner is the founder. He's not here today, but he's the founder of the project. He's always around. If you look in that chat, Cheers and Kangaroo are developers. They're the ones who created this whole thing. Started from JD bot all the way to just data from blockchain, the way you see it now. Because there were two versions of the DApp. This is the second version of it. And then we just brought on, I would say last week, we announced a new developer that's a in real life friend of Cheers and Kangaroo. It's called Tiger, and he's going to be helping with the DApp as well. Because it was only two of them creating this whole monster. So, they finally got a little bit of help now as well.
So
But
we
if you
can
want,
do the demo first, and then we can get you to talk a bit about it. I mean, I'm sure you can do a great job talking about it.
okay. Yeah, awesome. If you want, I'll just go right through the DApp.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so this is the homepage, and also this is the wallet that I used for the video contest. I don't know if you've been following us, but we would do like a YouTube video series. It's the same wallet that I use there, but it shows on the homepage the JDB chart where you could buy JDB through Bogged right here. It shows all the 24-hour volume on BNB, and this through Pancakeswap, and this includes excludes transfers, stablecoins, and potential scams. But these records seem to go up. Actually, just yesterday, I saw this being 55,000 BNB, I believe. Someone else could correct me, but I'd say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, this was really under 100,000 records and under 50,000 BNB. So it shows that there's more money coming into the markets right now, which is kind of cool. It shows you the biggest trades within 24 hours. So like this guy sold Pancakeswap token 719 BNB. This guy bought Ethereum 656 BNB. It shows all the change logs because we're constantly updating it. And then the scan token page. So anybody could use this feature. This feature is free for anyone to use. So you could search any token by its name, or you could type in the contract. So I just searched JDB. And again, this is free for anyone to use. You don't need to have any CoinsAbout to do this. So it shows you the token. If it picks up the socials either through the contract or through CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, it will show the socials here. The token holders, token supply, the top 10 holders holding 13%. It shows you the percentage locked and the buy and sell tax. Then over here, it shows you the contract security and honeypot risks. So it shows you any potential warnings on our contract or on any contract you do. Like, I've seen a warning here before where I've been in a project in the past where there's been like a yellow flag here, and I wouldn't say I ignored it. I was knowledgeable of that in the contract, and I got out my initials on that investment. But then the guy did stop trading and rugged the whole project. So it just goes to show that these settings, you should keep an eye on them too. But if you don't understand them too, if you hover over it, it will explain what everything means in the contract. And then it shows you the chart. And then if you go down, it shows you the holder analysis. And this is where we offer something different too, because you get an idea of the type of holders in a project. So it shows you this has 54% paper hands, 28% fast sellers, 15% traders, and 3% most profitable wallets. And a paper hand, it's somebody that sells on average at a loss. A fast seller sells on average with a max of 1.5x profit. A trader sells on average with 1.5 to 5x profit. And the most profitable wallet sells on average with a minimum of 5x profit. And I'm sorry if you hear the rooster. He's walking around me. The contract wallets, so it shows you the owner wallet, the marketing wallet, the dev and ecosystem wallet. And in the future, we're going to add follow buttons here so that you can get notified when one of these wallets either moves money out or if the wallet changes, you'll get a notification on Telegram. And then over here, if you have the free version, you'll only see the top 3 entries from these sections, but it shows you the last buys from top holders in JDB, which I've shown if in the YouTube videos, I've shown that I've used this in the past, but sometimes it's good. This is a cool feature because like if you see a ton of people buying something, you could sometimes get in early on another project that you didn't even know anything about. And you could go into it and figure out what's going on with it and if it's an investment you want to do. And then it shows you the last trade. So if they sold and the profit or loss that they made. So the last person sold this CTF coin. They made a 0.76 profit on that, 8x. And then if you go here, it shows you the wallets from top holders at JDB. And then, so this narrows it down to a community. And I'll go into the most profitable wallets here soon. But this basically narrows down your search. So you could search for the most profitable wallets, but narrow it down to a community that you like, and then figure out the type of holders in that project. But if you don't have any questions right now, I could keep going to the most profitable wallets, and I could explain to you how a token ties into this.
I do have a question. I think two. One is a clarification. I wanted to find out. Did you say when new projects come on board, you can easily see them appear down there? I mean, new listings when somebody lists on Pancakeswap, does it automatically get the users of this get like a notification? Say I launch a token today. Do people who always check this out know that I launched a token today and then can see it? Oh,
I'm
sorry
sorry.
about that.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but okay. Sorry. Okay, a rooster just flew by me. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here. So.
No. It's
my
fine.
apologies.
It's fine. You want to get a minute or two to sort it out?
Okay, wait. Let me just kick. Okay. Yeah, no, that's the rooster. Wait.
But Lord Explicit in the meantime, our DApp gets updated constantly. So basically in real time. There is no delay, and that's also big pro. When later on, when we also track transfers and stuff, we also already had input in another AMA that we could also give people notifications if, for example, from a deployer wallet, a new token gets deployed, like from a dev wallet, there is a new token. That's something that we already thought of. We don't have it on the roadmap yet, but it's a good addition, I think. Coco, what do you think?
I heard half of that. I heard half of that because I was dealing with the situation.
But yeah, Phil, I think it's a good one. It will make more people check out the DApp, because I don't know how many times I have missed out on a couple of good projects that was deployed via people's contract that I bought, wallets that I bought in at the time. So with this, I feel like it will be easier if you guys are able to incorporate that going further in the future, for people to easily track what comes out of a particular deployer wallet. I mean, if I get notified and I am interested, and I will certainly want to buy, and will help me always check the DApp, just so that I don't miss out on anything. But yeah, that's obviously is coming in the future. I also wanted to ask about. So you want to say something, Coco?
No.
I was just looking through these to try to show you an example. But there have been times I've seen a coin where you've seen it trending on here, and then you see other buys when it's at higher market caps here. So I've seen that on certain projects too. But it is kind of a cool feature, and when you get to smaller communities, you actually do see the buys really like pair together. I mean, we have a fairly big community at JDB, so
something that we could add
I
to
mean,
the
I agree
last
with you.
point.
I've been there. I've been there, so I've seen what you guys are doing over there, and I like it. My other question had to do with the analysis. I see there's a scan feature on the dApp. I wanted to know if that is different from the other analysis you have. Yes, that particular one, the holder analysis. If that is different from that, if it goes a bit further into other aspects of what that contract does, and I mean, raise red flags, or it's almost the same thing as what you have with the holder analysis, talking about how many people have sold, how many people are still holding. I mean, do you get what I'm driving at?
not completely. I believe the holder analysis. It has no connection to the contract security and honeypot risk. I don't believe. I'm not sure if I'm
No, no, no.
completely
What I'm
understanding
asking
your
is,
question.
okay, so let me go again. So the scan feature, when you have a scan feature on the dApp there, where you can scan tokens. So I wanted to get a feel of what that offers. Is it different from the holder analysis? So when I scan tokens, can I see more in-depth details about the contract, other than how many people are holding? Um, can I see the contract analysis, like if there is a means function, if there are
Oh
other
yeah, over here. So
indicators that can point? Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
we're
asking.
partnered with Go Plus Security. So if you see, like, that's where the contract security and the honeypot risk comes in. So right here it says no min function, and then explains what a min function means right under it. Min functions transparent or non-existent. Hidden min functions may increase the amount of tokens in circulations and affect the price of the token. But we say that we have a breakdown for every single part of this, and then in addition to that, you have the holder analysis, the contract wallets, and then all of this other useful data you could use to your advantage.
I mean, I'm wondering how this can even get better, because obviously right now you guys are offering um things differently from how other people are doing it. So off my head, I'm thinking, what else can be added? What other future can this offer? And I'm thinking towards I had a reading down here. 1 minute. I just lost my train of thought.
Hey, we're
Um,
always open, and we do have what we do is we have a public Trello board as well, and I think if you type /idea in our community, it will bring it up. But if you have any suggestions like that you think you would want to be entered into the dApp,
y-
we take all of them off of that, and then we have an actual Trello board over here where after people do those suggestions and stuff, this actually shows you the things that are in the backlog, the things that they're currently working on, and then the things that they finished over here.
Right. I just got that back. What I was going to ask is a listing option. Say for instance, just as a revenue drive, to keep things going for the dApp, and also managing some other aspects of the project. If you guys would be open to having projects who are launching, come and list to you guys. So what this does differently from what you're offering is, there is a page or a session whereby people can get to see the top um, 10, 15 projects that have listed today, how exactly they are doing. Or people can also just sponsor their tokens to
Oh,
get
hot and
listed there.
trending.
I don't know if
Wait,
that
hot
if
and trending?
yeah, get it. Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah, we're
okay.
gonna display hot and trending tokens right here. This is what you're talking about? Kind of something along the lines of that, where like figuring out
Yes,
the top tokens
yes,
people are
yes,
buying and stuff. Yeah, that's in the
Because
yes.
roadmap actually.
because I think what you meant is that you list tokens yourself on the dApp. Did I get that right?
It could be either ways. I mean, I could be able to list it, or I approach the JDB team and pay a certain amount of projects to get them listed there. So it could be either ways. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but the cool thing is with that real-time update, you don't need to list, because as soon as people transact on your token, you're basically listed. you're on there. So there is not a lot of work involved on the team to do that. And but yeah, obviously we're looking into income streams, how we can also monetize the traffic in the long run. For us, it's just very important that the DApp stays clean and nice and pleasing to look at.
Great. So currently, what you guys are offering are only scanning tokens on the BSC network. I see plans for it coming out soon. What other chains are you guys looking to, delve into, and how soon can the ETH scanner be out?
Basically, all the EVM blockchains we want to integrate long term. BSC was the first step. Ethereum will be a major second step, and I think Coco and me really like Matic. Coco, what do you say? But we didn't.
Oh yeah, I like Matic. Yeah, Matic has a whole different. It's more on Discord. It's like it's a total Discord audience. It seems like on Matic, but they have a whole ton of coins that a lot of people here on BSC and Telegram don't even know about. It's a huge blockchain, actually.
I know it's actually big on also the NFT side as well. I've seen a couple of NFTs on that chain, so it could be one way to get NFT lovers to also come check out what you guys are offering over there. But like I said, what you guys did with the G detector bot, got you guys so much traction, and I can only imagine how big this can eventually get once every of it goes live, and every single thing is working perfectly, and you guys are set to push out the whole marketing and whole selling of the ideas beyond the BSC chain and onto the 8 and all of that. So let's branch a bit into the token aspect of it.
Well, actually, would you want me to go into the most profitable wallets and all these things? Because I still didn't kind of go into that on the demo too much.
So let's go there. Let's go there a bit. Then we can come into the tier system and how exactly that works.
Oh yeah. So I could go over that now. So the tier system is if you have JDB tokens worth over 0.5 BNB, then you'll be able to get full DApp access, but you won't have copy trading, which will be in the future, and you can't follow wallets. If you're a tier 2, you have tokens worth over 1 BNB, and then that gives you full DApp access. You could copy trade one wallet, and you could follow up to 3 wallets. And then tier 3, if you have 100K tokens, you don't have to ever worry about the price of what JDB costs. If you have 100K tokens, you have unlimited copy trading, unlimited following wallets, and full DApp access. So that's our tier breakdown. And right now, obviously, this wallet is tier 3. So if you look at my wallet, this is the wallet I use for the YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but this wallet's the most profitable
max
wallet.
Bag?
Huh?
Is 100K JDB tokens the max bag?
No, it's 0.1. It's 0.1%, I believe. A max bag is 1.5. 1.5%.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So this is 100K JDB. It's about worth 6.2, 6.3 maybe, around there, of JDB. And this is actually another feature of the DApp where you could see your wallet and know how you're doing on your trades and all the trades that you're doing as well.
All right. So go over the most profitable wallet. I want to hear about that as well.
Okay, so if you go into the most profitable wallets, so you could do this by month, week, or day. Usually you'll see when I find these most profitable wallets, there's usually like one big winner, I would say, every week, it seems like. But these settings sometimes look intimidating, but we used to give you the general average of how many X return on investment somebody would make. But the average could be flawed because somebody can make, like right here, somebody can make a 16X on like one lucky trade. But then the other trades, he makes 0.96X or 0.64X. Yet he's the most profitable wallet because he's there. So that's why we brought in these categories, because if you see 5% of his trades are below his X value, it's kind of like his floor of how much he loses on his investments. 50% is like half of his investments are around, 0.96, or for this guy, 3x on 50% of his investments. And 95% of his investments is that could be just like a random lucky pick, honestly. So that's why we brought those numbers. And then also we gave you the market cap so you could do the same thing. Like this is like the floor of the market cap. So this guy's trading between 300K and 16 million. Whereas, this guy, he's trading low caps a little more. He's going from 6K to 39K. And then it shows you the amount of BNB, which is the amount minus their buys minus their sell. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, the amount of profit, their buys minus their sells. And it will give you the amount of profit. And you can follow the wallet here. But one thing I really like that I do, so we already have a filter that goes in it already, where it gives you the cells over 3 cells and tokens over 3 or equals to 3 cells, just because it gives you a good range. If it's more than 3 tokens, it gives you slightly better analysis. But I like adding filters as well, so I like to make sure. I don't know. Currently, I like to make sure the guy's not losing money. So maybe I'll do like 1, so he doesn't ever lose on an investment. And let me make 50% of his trades over like 3. And then I'll add another filter and I'll make the market cap like he's trading over, let's say he's just trading over 400,000 market cap. Or I did 4 million. Yeah. Oh no, 400,000. Yeah. So these guys are trading within this week over 400,000 market cap. And actually, if I switch these filters too, because I want to get some big boys in here too. Let's do 100,000. And like this guy's making 31 BNB profit. Let's just see what this guy's doing. And then you could go into the wallet, and this is the database. You could do this with any wallet. Yeah, so this guy's the functions you saw there, it gives you the average from the week. And this is his average, since we started tracking the data. So this guy's general average is 6.12x. His median is 6.8x. And 5% of his trades are below 1.2x. 95% 8.2x. And profit loss is 31 BNB. So it seems like he did very well on this JP coin, as you could see. So that's where he became the most profitable wallet. And then it shows you all of his recent buys and sells, like his actually recent buy. He bought Letty, and then it looked like, he sold it at a loss, but I believe, he was a paper hand on that. So he bought it at these market caps and sold it at a loss on Letty. But it's interesting to find data, because honestly, some of the most profitable wallets I've seen in this space, they have a ton of coins here because they just don't sell. Like some of the best wallets I've seen, they have 15, 20 tokens in here, but they just haven't sold any, and they just sell the ones that they're in profits on for the most part. At least I've found.
No, I was gonna say I like the feature. It just makes everything more transparent. You get to see who's gaining more, who's I don't know. I can off my head think of the many possibilities and all of the benefits that can come out of just seeing how exactly wallets are doing, how exactly they are moving on any of the projects or coins and tokens they decide to be a part of. It's going to make things a lot easier just to allay the fears of a lot of people. You go into the group and you see a lot of people shouting, the dev is selling, this is doing this, why is this one moving to here and there? It's just so transparent and makes everything more easier to follow. One other thing I like, although it's still further down in the roadmap, is the track and display scams. I can imagine what that will do. I don't know what the plan is, what you guys have planned out there, but off my head, I can think projects who have been known or wallets who have been known to deploy scams. Getting called out, and also, notifying users of the DApp when that same wallet deploys another scam. I don't know if that is the plan around that, but whatever it is, I think it would be good if that feature comes on board really soon, and it would be your own way also of further cleansing the space and ensuring that people don't get scammed, and especially people who are just coming on board crypto, um, don't get scammed and robbed because of ignorance.
100%. And we actually are in the process of adding scam filters to here as well. I believe we're going to have 3 colors of potential scams. Phil, you could remind me if I'm correct on that, but I believe it's going to be green, yellow, and red, I believe.
Yes. And this is something actually that you just said before that I'm very looking forward to. Like, if I found a wallet once that deployed a scam or something, I can get notified if there is another scam deployed by this person, and I will never have the risk to buy it by accident because I see it in some channel or whatever. Because I know that this token was deployed by a person that wasn't trustful in the past, and I guess you can't trust them in the future as well.
Yes, I like that. I like that. Honestly, I want to see how their pans out, just so people can get saved. We see a lot happen on this on the crypto space every single day. Having to run a lounge as well. You can see people come complain, and weep over just ignorance and not being able to know what are scams and what are the right tokens to buy. Down the road also, you guys have plans for a launch pad. How exactly will that tie in? I know with all of the futures, anything that comes off the launch pad is one that should be really trusted. But I wanted to know what the plan is first for the launch pad.
Like one big problem with launchpads these days is that a lot of people, they just use it to flip. So you see this on, I don't want to name any project, but I guess you know that launchpad. You see this a lot. Like, people buy into pre-sales and they just cheat it immediately. And this can be a true pain for good projects that put a lot of work into their tech, into their team, into their company, into everything, because they just don't have serious holders. And with our data, for example, that would be one use case that we could implement to the Launchpad to give it a USP, is that you could basically blacklist paper hand wallets. So if somebody always dumps within a few minutes, as soon as he sees red the first time and panic sells, that's nobody that I want to have as an early investor in my upcoming Web3 startup. And you could filter the kind of category of investor that you want to have in your project from early on, and reward the people that gave give projects a chance, because a lot of people don't give projects a chance these days. Um, so that's basically the idea behind the launchpad. But I think with a launchpad, you have so many possibilities to grow it later on. This is just something that is very close connected to our other use case with the holder analysis.
I can tell you for a fact, there are a lot of launch pads springing up here and there, but just a few are doing things absolutely right. What you guys bring and your background as to even what you started doing at the G detector board, now with this, I feel like a lot of people would back you for the launch pad. I'm someone that will look to your launch pad to see what is coming up there. And just like you rightly mentioned, it's no small thing to do. So I think it's going to consider, put it. You have to put in a lot of work and commitment to it. There are different other areas that you must tackle um, around when trying to come up with a launch pad. So I can only imagine how that will come on board. And but yeah, like I said, I'm totally confident in you guys. One other thing I wanted to talk about also before we get straight down into the token, just to add a bit, everyone, please make sure you are in the JDB Telegram group. That's where you get to get updates. That's where you get to get all your questions answered. That's where you become a part of what they are creating and also become a part of something good. So you want to do that right now if you haven't done it already. But yeah, I wanted to talk one more thing about the DApp. That's the chat between wallets. What's the plan about that? I mean, do I connect my wallet and then I want to get a sense of what that would bring to the space. Chat between wallets is somewhere in your roadmap there. I don't know if you've seen it, Coco. What's the plan there?
Well,
Well, you go ahead.
sorry, Coco. We have a pretty damn cool community. We have amazing people in our community that like to invest in all kind of different projects. They are our investors first of all, but we also have a group, for example, where people can talk about the app fines, and stuff like that. And with the chat between wallets, we give them the possibility to do it anonymously, only with their wallet ID. Nobody knows who's behind that, and they can send messages to other people in the community, stay in touch, and on a very discreet basis.
Like that, it's quite new. I want to see how that works as well. But yeah, let's go into the token. I think I want to start off with one question. I know a lot of people who are new and are looking through might have. Um, maybe they're trying to mix it up, but I needed to ask this. When you go on to check the token on Dex tools or whatever, what you find there is still the JIT detector bot token. And now someone would ask, since after that utility, the bot, the JIT bot, I don't know if it's still live or if you guys have decided to take a pause on it. If that has, moved on to something this big, why didn't you guys do like a V2 launch? Why did you decide to, stick with that particular name for the token? I mean, if you can just, give us a brief background as to how this came about as well on the token side.
I feel like it's always been a big conversation for us. And I mean, even on the website, we say our contract name is Sheet Detector Bot right here, just so that people don't get confused. But honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just that we know the headache that's involved with a contract migration, and it kind of is like part of our story. We've tried to get the contract, changed with BSC Scan. We've sent them multiple requests about that. But at the end of the day, you're going to need to hold that token to access the DApp. And that's kind of the reasoning why we decided to keep it. And also, we wouldn't want to lose the chart because the chart kind of says our whole story. And
yeah, I really want to stress that one as well, because even me as the newbie in the team, I'm so proud on that journey that we had from that point on that I joined, and it's reflected in the chart. As a general rule, I would say as a team, we don't care too much about the chart. We're not we're not the people that have the chart open constantly and track every buy and sell. We're more into building and spreading the word, but it's very pleasing to look at. And I think what these guys accomplished reflects perfectly in that chart. And Coco tends to say something that is kind of funny, that at some point ZZ from Binance will recognize us and he will happily change the contract name. So let's pray that that happens and we can be just data from blockchain on our contract as well.
I hope that happens as well. But yeah, one thing that Coco mentioned I can really relate to is that it's part of the story, it's part of the journey. So I wouldn't have known that JDB, just data from the blockchain, evolved off G detector bots if that name was not there. So it's part of the story. I agree with you. I just wanted to, ask that question for a lot of people who still hold that concept as to, they would have launched a V2 or something like that. Or yeah, like you rightly mentioned, it should be part of the story. It should be what people can look back on, and especially how big that project went, how you guys started off, and the traction that you gained. I don't know if you guys can remember what market cap this was launched in, and then what was the all-time high before I know the market obviously became what it is now. I just give us a refresher on that as well.
I believe, yeah, 5 BNB liquidity. I believe the market cap was somewhere around 3K, I believe. And yeah, Yeah, so it's been a long journey. But also I was going to say, we do have our socials and everything updated on Dex Stores as well. So, I mean, G Detect the Bot is always the name, but if people, just click on like anything, even like a website or anything, it's going to bring them right to it. And I mean, we try to like not cause confusion, like let people know right here that it is the name as well. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's always part of the story. And I do think our all-time high, I believe, I kind of like looking at this chart better. I believe our all-time high was somewhere around 3.2 million, I would say. I believe. And then we settled around, when we went up the first time, we went to 300K. I mean, and then we settled at 30K for a whole month where people thought, we were done. And then we went to 3.2 million. So, of course, there was going to be a reset. And we sat around, 6 to 800K for about a whole month or even a little bit longer. And now we're selling around, 1.9 million or whatever it is again. But at the end of the day, no matter what our chart does, we're continuing to build and do what we do.
I mean, it's so interesting. I like to hear these stories. I mean, 3K, you can imagine the people who have been there from day one, who have been firm believers in what the gospel you guys are preaching, and how they can now see what this has evolved to. I mean, when you talk about a team that has promised and also delivered, I'm sure if I was there on the day one, I mean, seeing how this has skyrocketed to be something big as what it is now. I mean, I would look back at the team and at myself and be so proud. So I think that's what you guys should do. Like I said, over here we're gonna give you all the support that you need, much more support. Push it as far as we can, just on our own capacity. But I would like to see this, as a tool that is utilized everywhere on the blockchain by everyone. And this can be the next big thing. Everyone should be talking about this in the next coming days. Hopefully, you get that CZ traction that you need just to give you that extra push. But yeah, I wanted to get some questions from the audience, so it doesn't look as though I mean talking too much. But if you guys have any other thing to add before we can open up for some questions from the audience, I know we have people who have got some questions. And
one thing I actually forgot to do is that I forgot to. Well, I could show you. Do you want me to do a little demo of how the notifications work?
And
please do.
if I can add something very quick as well,
Go
if
ahead.
you want to get yourself an access, it doesn't matter if it's the tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 access, please always keep in mind we have 10% buy tax, 10% sell tax, because lately a few people, they didn't notice it and they wondered why it didn't work. So you always have to buy 10% more than you need. So you basically get the access, since we talked about the token.
So in essence, if you were going to target the tier 1 access, just buy a little above 0.5 BNB. And if you're going to target the other one, buy a little above 1 BNB.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And also, I was going to show you, you don't have to just follow wallets from the most profitable wallets. You can follow it from here. Currently, I'm not following any wallets at this moment in time, but I followed one wallet from here just for the demo. Then if you go into the database, if a friend, let's say a friend, like he keeps buying projects and giving you a heads up after or whatever, you could just ask him to send you his wallet, and then you get notified right when he buys something. He doesn't even have to message you. So I'm going to just click on follow this wallet, and then you'll see notifications. So I'm following these two wallets at this point in time. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to go back. I'm just going to buy 0.02 JDB. Oh, I didn't set my slippage. Sorry. 12.
It happens all the time.
12% slippage. I'm going to buy a little bit of JDB. And I believe I have this wallet connected to my Telegram. Oh, no, I don't have this one. Oh, yeah, I do have this one connected. So if I just switch the screen right now, I just share a screen. So this is my Telegram notification. So it just popped up here that a wallet that I followed just bought. And then if you go back here, you'll see there'll be like little notifications up here. While you follow just made a trade, click on it, and then you'll see the trade that they made. You can go to the token and research it, or you can click copy, and it's going to bring you right to Pancakeswap to do that trade.
Beautiful. I mean, so flawless. I can't think of anything you guys have done wrong with this one. I want to see all of the features that we've talked about, come on board. Every single thing you have on your roadmap delivered. And yeah, I'm very sure community is super proud of you. Just one more thing before we open up. I don't know what the Telegram bot exactly all of the things it does, but I wanted to ask if it can, just the way we have other bots that scans tokens on Telegram or in Telegram groups. Do you guys have the G detector bot for Telegram groups where you can get them added to various Telegram groups, and then it can give you details, the holder analysis that we've talked about, and some other in-depth details other than what is being given currently on other scanning bots?
Actually, we just are partnered up with the Crimson bot, and every group on Telegram, which are kind of a lot already, that uses the Crimson bot, you can just type in /scan and paste the contract, and you will get a JDB quick scan. And if you want to have the full scan, you just click the button below the scan, and you get the whole scan token page displayed. So we found a good partner that spreads our tech with his bot, and yeah, great tech project as well.
Great. I think that will work. That works for me. Yeah, I like we had Crimson here also on the open mic the other night. So yeah, beautiful guys. So yeah, I think it's time we get some questions. I don't know if you guys are open to taking some questions from the audience here, just to fill their polls and also get their
Sure.
clarifications. And some of them might come up with suggestions. You never can tell. So let's get off with Greg. Greg, my man Greg from Crypto and Live Lounge. If you're listening, if you have a question, you want to give a suggestion or something you like about what you've heard tonight, Greg, you can go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was wondering how that copy trade is going to work. Is it just going to execute? You're going to set your limits and it'll execute that way?
Yeah, so for now we have the manual copy trading, where you get a notification and you just manually click it, and as soon as we have the automated copy trading, you will be able to set parameters, how much you want to invest, if you want to sell with the other person as well. I
So
think
you're going to set a stop loss and a take profit on that also?
I think we didn't talk about it in detail yet, if you want to have stop loss and take profit, but I think it makes sense to have it, and I saw the tech is already in the market, so it shouldn't be too hard to get it as well.
All right, it's just a question I had, because if you're following someone that's making a lot of trades, finds out about tokens early, yeah, that would be kind of handy, because they're getting early contract addresses, all of that stuff. You can make pretty profitable trades like that.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it, and I will definitely keep the stop loss and take profit in mind. Coco, did we talk about it? I think we did once, but the copy
I
trading.
believe so, but I also think it's going to be something that once we do it, I feel like that is why it's taken a while, because I believe they are thinking about all these things. But I also believe once we release it too, we're probably going to get feedback and make it better as well. But yeah,
Yes.
I do agree that's a good idea, 100%.
Yes, I think so too, and
And maybe even like a parameter, like maybe you don't buy anything that the guy buys over like 10K market cap or something. Like you only follow his trade if he does a trade under 10K market cap or something like that.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of as well. So you can just set parameters, maybe even something like a maximum transaction, maximum tax on the token. So you don't buy incredible high tax tokens or something like that. But we're not there yet. And how we try to communicate with the community in general is just under promise and over deliver. And especially with the development part, like the devs suddenly show up and they did something incredibly new. And it's also some kind of marketing approach that we have by behaving that way.
No, that was a good suggestion. Thanks for that, Greg.
Yeah, it's just what popped into my head at the time.
No problem.
We always
Yeah,
have
thank
great
you
things
very much
working
for
your
your
best
input.
Yeah, thanks so much, Greg. So let's get John. Johnny can go ahead and ask questions or suggestion or comments. John.ed, I just unmuted you, man. Are you there, John? Maybe John is having some audio issue. I'm gonna unmute Press. Hey, Press, welcome.
Hey, hi JD. Nice solution you have over here. So I was actually uh, in between looking at what you'll have developed. So pretty cool. Just a question over here. So are you also going to introduce? So since you're offering all these features, do you also have an automated AI-based arbitrage bot or something? Since I believe you are connected to different exchanges as well, right? Or it's a single Pancakeswap.
Right now, it's just through Pancakeswap. I believe next would be Uniswap, and then whatever the swap is of the other exchanges. But you also said something about AI, and we're not connected to any AI.
Not connected.
Artificial.
Meaning, are you planning to build an arbitrage bot once you do something like this, so you can buy and sell, take advantage of the price variations in different dexes?
Arbitrage bot. Phil, do you have an it for that?
That's actually interesting. Do I get it right? So a bot decides where you get the best price and you use that?
Absolutely. So basically, it's
Yeah,
like so
that's
you have
interesting.
the base feature right now, right? So as you connect to, let's say you introduce new exchanges that you're opening your token to, let's say Uniswap, and then you have a whole lot of
Oh,
other exchanges. So you
oh,
build liquidity pools and you allow an AI-based bot which actually checks the pricing across the of the token across, and you run an arbitrage trade.
Right now, we have no
okay.
arbitrage bot planned.
Okay.
But
Yes. And we also don't plan to open up liquidity pools on like older chains. But what we do have is, for example, we are already listed on a multi-chain swap where you can buy JDB with Ethereum, with Matic, with Phantom, with AVAX. So we can still get people in there and they don't have to buy BNB, but we don't plan to bridge to other chains currently.
Okay.
And also, someone else in the messages, someone just tagged me, said I'm on the road and quite windy, but doesn't the tracking idea cancel the anonymity of this space? Which I guess you could say. I guess you could say yes and no in a sense, whatever way you look at it. But I feel like the blockchain is still anonymous because at the end of the day, it's still a number. And the information is available if people want to find it themselves because it's on BSC scan. It's just a little bit harder to figure out what's going on. But that's the whole thing with us. We're just making it easier to see that information. But the information is already out there. So I feel like the anonymity, it's I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but it should be pretty much the same as it was before. Unless
One
you're
more
like
question.
tracking it to somebody's name, like if we were like labeling people's names and then you're getting notified, like, you know, you can make your own labels. Eventually with the notifications, you can label wallets, you know, so you could keep track of things easier. But I believe it's still anonymous.
Okay,
Yes, and
I have one last question. What's your end goal of the product?
the end goal of the product, I would say, is to have as many users as possible that enjoy what we do. Like, if we make a lot of people happy and profitable and safe in their trading, we basically achieved what we want to do. Coco,
Okay,
what's your goal? Like,
I
I
feel like
think
the end goal is making it safer for new people. I mean, and I'm trying to, like, right now, you know, with the videos I'm doing, like a 10x challenge, I'm trying to turn 500 into $5,000 with this challenge online. And I'm doing like YouTube video series with it, but I plan to do tutorials too, you know, like for people getting started. Like I'm going to do one for Trust Wallet, for MetaMask with a ledger, you know, and then maybe, you know, once I get enough ideas down, maybe I'll do like general trading tips and stuff. But we want to make this accessible to new people, because even a new person who comes into this, they're going to be like, what's 0.1 BNB, what's 0.2 you know, like what does this stuff mean? So eventually over here we want to have a little tutorials tab too, and try to be able to answer all of those questions. I'll try to make as many videos as I can to do that, but I think that's the end goal with this, is to try to make the space safer. The space safer. And, you know, with the scan token feature being free, I feel like we're allowing people to do that, even if it's just on a basic level, that they could go here and, you know if there is a function to suspend trading, if there is a function to blacklist the wallet, if there is a function to change the tax, you know, or if like one of these has a red flag on it, if it's a proxy contract, you know, like we want to make the space safer. So I would say that's the end goal of JDB, and we want to do it on a mass level.
Okay, just one question on the feature listing, right? So I understand you're trying to make the space safer for everyone, but is like, let's say you detect a honeypot contract, are you trying to build any features which can be adopted by dexes or sexes to actually blacklist such wallets for any future transactions on those exchanges, as a which can be managed by a third party audit company, right? Which I for such kind of scammers or rug pullers. Is that something also being explored?
Like I'm
so
trying.
we would function as a tech provider for decentralized exchanges and give them basically the clue who is misbehaving on their decks.
Yeah, it's basically those wallets, so you get oversight on those wallets, right? In terms of who has created the contract and who's funding the contract, uh, who's running the honeypot scams, right? So,
Yeah. We actually did make a post, I believe like a week or so ago, or maybe like 3 or 4 days, where we did actually our developer did catch a lot of scams going on, and it was the same wallets and the same people doing the scams, and rinse and repeating, doing it over and over. If you actually look at our Twitter, you'll see the information about that. But yeah, I mean,
no, but like
all
build
we
it
could
on
do
the
is put the
blockchain
information out
itself,
there.
right? Blacklist those wallets on the blockchain. It's like a separate wallet.
Oh, but
I mean,
yeah,
a
we
separate
can't.
blockchain contract itself within where you're offering a service of blacklisting such wallets from any future trade. Yeah. So if any scammers do try to do something like this, or have done and have proven to be legit, that means through a third party, then you can have the money in the wallet, but it's as good as useless, right? If you cannot remove the money, it's just a number.
But I
I
don't
don't know.
believe
It's just out on top of my head.
we have the ability to blacklist. I mean, you're talking about removing them from our
Generate a
remove.
blacklist, right? No, I'm not saying remove them. It's like manage a blacklist for such people. It's like a blacklist wallet which can be adopted by anyone, and they can ensure that these wallets are not tradable on their exchanges because of misgivings.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if we have ideas of which wallets are doing some foul play, when you get to the launch pad, you can blacklist those wallets. I guess if you're saying something like that.
They just create a blacklist network. That was my suggestion to you, whether that would make sense for your project.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll
I'm
keep it in
trying to
mind.
also understand
Yeah, I mean,
the how that would work. I mean, when you were saying that, I was
You mean
thinking, if you see a project, okay, go ahead, Greg.
you would mean like a blacklist or do not
Yeah, it's
interact
like a
with wallets
directory.
that have
You're just
pulled
managing a
liquidity
directory
and
of
that kind of
blacklist.
stuff, right?
Correct. So you're just managing like a directory server, right? A directory blockchain of all the blacklist wallets, and you're not the one who's going to do the blacklist. You can appoint like a third party to actually manage such wallets, so that the third party is independent of your this thing of your services, and that can be adopted through by any of the dexes or sexes to blacklist such wallets, right? So they just have to uh, adopt your service. You can offer this as a service. This is just an idea.
okay, adopt the service, and then we have like a list of
A
wallets that have
blacklist
them
service.
foul play. Like, well, we can't blacklist it ourselves, but we could at least say these wallets do foul play, and these are a list of these wallets.
Yeah, or maybe what project they're tied to. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, ones that have pulled liquidity, farming, whatever you want to call it at that point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
I
mean, it's not a bad idea, but we can't be the ones doing the blacklisting, I guess you could say.
Correct,
That's
because then that would be like conflict of interest, that you
yeah.
may as well have a third party audit company which actually manages that block list, and you all can offer this as a service. You all can develop it and give it as a service
Yeah, we'll
to
have the
all the
data,
providers.
and then people could decide to utilize that data, the way they please to use it at the end of the day.
Yeah, that makes a space a little bit more safer, right, from such
Yeah.
scammers.
If
Yeah.
you take into consideration how valuable data was in the Web 2, we can only imagine these days how valuable data can be within the Web 3. And I think we will always search for creative ways how to get our data out there, or to even maybe later on sell it. If somebody, like you mentioned right now, if a DEX is interested, you can sell it. Other projects can embed our APY. So this is definitely something that we want to build long term, to create income streams for the project, but also to make the space safer, like we said. And yeah, I think data is big also in the Web3.
No, because everyone's looking at security, right? So the best way is like manage a directory service. You just offer the directory service and collaborate with a third party who actually manages that blacklist as a service.
Press. I think you've given some nice suggestions here. The onus now is on Coco Loco and Phil to go work on it and see how best they can integrate it into the ecosystem. But I must thank you so much for the suggestions that you have brought. I mean, we had to just allow you speak so that we can get to understand properly, and also get to see how well we can relate with it as well. So thank you so much, first Press, for that one. Let's see if we can get a last question
Yeah,
from
thank you for the
Mr.
question, bro.
X. Mr. X, you wanna ask a question? You wanna give a suggestion,
Hey guys.
or maybe
Yeah.
go for it.
Hello guys. Hello guys. Good evening.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
alien.
Talk super fast.
Okay, yeah, I want to ask, long term goals, a lot of projects have, goals. I want to ask, what are your long term goals and the objectives that are put in place to achieve those goals? Do you get my question?
Yes, you asked about long-term goals.
Yes,
Mm,
and the objectives that are put in place to achieve the goals. Thank you very much.
I would say like one of the long-term goals is to embed all the EVM blockchains to make it a very complete product that a lot of different kind of investors can use. And how we achieve that was the second question, or what was the second? Or
Yeah, I believe how they achieve that.
yes, so basically, how do we achieve that? We continue to do what we're doing, working hard, sticking to the promises that we make. Don't give people timelines. Onboard further team members. Like I said, I'm the newbie in the team. Actually, I'm not the newbie anymore. We have a new dev.
No, you're not.
Ha! Finally, I made it out of that spot. But like if we just stick with what we did, basically the journey that we have already proved that we go to the right direction. It just takes a lot of time to build a product like that.
I think you answered this question.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got my answer. Thank you.
I think we might have actually lost the host. Oh, there you are. I see him now. Yeah, our take is always continue to build, and I'm honestly so proud of our dev team, and I'm so proud of our community because I'd say we have one of the best communities in the space as well. I forget to give them
Absolutely.
as much credit as they deserve.
Absolutely. And also the supporters all around the project, the people. For example, like Elvis, he does incredible graphics. Everybody in our community can have a personalized profile pic if they just reach out to him. We have people always helping us with these AMAs, supporting in the chat, sharing content, getting wild on Twitter, helping the YouTube algorithm with the videos that Coco makes. So, like, our community is, in my opinion, the biggest asset that we have. It's great to build together with these guys and to help each other out.
Great. I think John had a question as well. John, if you fixed your mic now, you can speak. We'll have John as the last question here before I can send Phil and Coco on their way to go
Hi,
handle some other
can you hear
business.
me?
Hey, John. Yes, we can. Go ahead. How you?
Hey guys. Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, all good,
Good, how are
man.
you, brother?
Good question.
Yeah, so my question is, can the token be bought on the Ethereum blockchain?
It
Oh, no.
cannot be
So,
Did you
bought
get that?
on the. Sorry. It cannot be bought on the Ethereum blockchain, but it can be bought with Ethereum over a multi-chain
Yeah,
swap.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yes, that's already possible.
yeah, so we have
Sorry.
this thing called FibSwap that they're one of our partners. So I actually did a demo video showing how to do that. So I bought 100K access with JDB from Ethereum and with FibSwap. And it just links everything right over. And you never even have to go over to the Binance Smart Chain if you don't want to. You could sell it the same way as well with FibSwap.
Right. Thank you.
No
And
problem.
there are already a lot of people hungry for Ethereum. Every other day we have somebody questioning us in our chat, is Ethereum already live? We know, guys, it takes some time. but we really want to make it perfect on the first go, just as we displayed the BSC data in a very high quality way. We want to do the same with Ethereum, to welcome the community with a very good product that they can use straight away.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, once you bridge, there has to be something for the Ethereum community as well, so that you can get them all infused into one ecosystem. But yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight. Coco and Phil, if you guys have any final words, something we didn't touch on, I mean, there's been lots of contribution and feedback from the community, so probably we have been able to get you to remember something we didn't touch on. So if you have any of those, or please, you can just say them now before we say our goodbyes.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
I would just say join our community. The best way to do is join our Telegram, get to know us, no pressure, but we're going to be here for a long time. I mean, I'll probably be sitting down with you, a couple of years from now too, talking about the same thing, just being in a very different position.
yeah, I can
That's what
just add
passion
to
does.
that. If you want to be part of an incredible community, if you want to see a product grow that has a true value in the market and gives you an edge over other traders, then join the JDB squad. Even if you're just a lurker for quite some time, join us and get yourself updated on what we do. And maybe one day there is the time has come when you make your entry and you get a full member of our DApp, of our community. And yeah, we love to grow together with you guys. We will not stop building. That's 100% for sure. And it was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much also for your time. We all know that time is one of the most valuable goods in the space, and it makes us proud that a lot of people enjoy what we do. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for coming out to Browsers Lounge tonight. Thank you everyone for the questions, the beautiful contributions. I'm out actually for your time tonight on the AMA. So I'm just going to quickly stop the recording here. 1 minute 12, 1 hour 12